As oil spreads, there are concerns about what could happen next, especially with an active hurricane season ahead of us. KXAN's Natalie Stoll has more on what a major hurricane could mean for this cleanup. Natalie?
That's right, and experts are forecasting an active hurricane season with up to 7 major hurricanes. That's compared to the average season, which could produce just 2. Hurricanes typically create an oil spill by damaging facilities on land or offshore, but this situation is unique. The oil is already there.
That is one of the control burns that they do. Now, this gives you a feeling for how big this thing is.
Big and on the move toward the coast. Booms and berms are man-made attempts to limit the oil's impact on shore. But there's a potential complication from Mother Nature. June 1st marked the beginning of hurricane season.
And all of these protective measures that are being taken now would be almost useless in a hurricane.
Gordon Wells with the Center for Space Research in North Austin is tracking the oil spill's movement by satellite and radar. The oil itself could impact developing storms. And you said that the suppressing the waves, what you can see here, is what could actually intensify a weaker storm in the Gulf.
It could increase the wind speeds of a storm potentially because, again, surface friction would be reduced and the storm would be passing over it.
But a strong hurricane is several times larger than the spill. Just look at this imagery. The area in red is oil. Compare that to the size of Hurricane Ike. A hurricane's high winds and pounding rain could actually help over the open Gulf waters.
If you have all the churning and emulsifying of the spill by the hurricane, then that's going to reduce the impact. It's going to disperse it. It's going to pretty much dilute it.
Storm surge would still bring the oil on shore, but Wells says the worst case scenario is a storm passing hundreds of miles away.
But it's a large enough hurricane that it creates a storm tide that sweeps the spill toward the coastline, keeps it reasonably intact until it hits the coastline.
The sheet of oil would travel even further inland, greatly impacting wildlife in densely populated areas. And it could move into the longshore current, taking the oil right to the Texas coast. Now we have more on the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's oil spill response on our website. Just look for the link to this story at KXAN.com. In the studio, Natalie Stoll, KXAN Austin News.